Hello, everybody. Today we're going to be going over trading, but before we do that, I want to give you guys a disclaimer. Nothing I say in this video is financial advice, and trading is something that you should do research on before you do it. This is just for beginners, just for you to understand it. I'm not trying to give you any financial advice in this video. Now that we've gotten past that disclaimer, I am Vin. That's my name on Discord, on social media platforms. And I'm going to be teaching you how to get into day trading. This is hopefully you're starting, you got interested in it and you saw, wow, this gets people money and now I want to do it. The short road to wealth. That the short should have a quotations on it because that entirely isn't true. Topics that will be discussed in today's video. The first topic that we'll be going over is what is day trading and what are the cons and pros of it? How do we make money from it? Extra tips and actual day trading advice to go on the charts and execute. What is day trading? Day trading is a style of trading where you buy and sell financial assets like stocks, futures, and forex. Instead of investing in stocks for a long amount of time, we take advantage of short-term price movements. Why? And why it works? We have leverage, morning volatility, the market moves all the time, depending on what you're on. If you're on stocks, I'm pretty sure you have a smaller window, but forex is 24 hours, and futures is 23 hours all weekdays. And last but not least, well, also your trades are also usually really short. Not, like sometimes it depends, but it doesn't last months like investing into stocks and that. And last but not least, it is a very skill to have, not just on the charts, but also to learn, because it will not just teach you how to see candlesticks and read price, but also psychologically, and it will build you good habits if you do it right. Now, what are the pros and cons of day trading? We're going to start with the pros. Day trading is a great way to gain a lot of skills, like I said, and a simple way to make a lot of money. Emphasis on simple. It is a simple way. You don't have to be on the charts for a while. In the first slide, I've also said that. You probably only in there for max a day. I know that sounds crazy, but that probably will never happen to you. It'll probably be the max is like 4 hours if you're even that patient. If prices, if you're, if it depends on your trade. You can scale your profits based on where you are in your trading journey. This is not like this might not be what you're thinking of, but what I'm saying is, like, think of scaling a business. You can basically scale this as well. Some people even consider this a business, but you can scale your profits. So what I mean by that is you can buy accounts or put money into trading to, give you more money to trade with to make more money, thus scaling. You gain freedom and you don't have a boss. This is also one of the major reasons why I did trading. First, obviously, money, but also coming with money. But, well, what's first really is having freedom. I don't really like the feeling of kind of having to, I don't think anybody here likes the feeling of going to a 9 to 5, or, I know that sounds like corny and people are on the like social media that are 9 to 5, 9 to 5, but it's true. It's not nice to go to work for a while when you have potential to make money at home, right? That's something we'd all choose over that. Now, like I said in the pros, trading is a simple way to make money, but not an easy way. What I mean by this is you are not going to be able to do this quickly. Like I said down here, it requires a lot of time and work. You won't get it overnight. It's not going to be I learned this strategy. Because first of all, you're not even going to know how candles work, how the market moves, any of that. It's just not going to happen. And if it does, it's luck. I promise you. or you're just a 1 in a billion chance. It takes a bunch of time and a lot of work, and all the good traders know that for sure. And second thing, day trading is gambling if you don't know what you're doing. If you don't go into the markets with the plan, you're just going to get your money taken away from you. Because if you're just pressing buy and sell, you don't know what's going on. Sorry about that. But like I said, this is one of the hardest things to do. You have to have an amazing mind space for it. You have to be incredibly patient. You have to not let any of these psychological fears get into you. And that's literally not something you can physically do. This is something you have to build like habits over. I don't know how to say it. Like, you can't be like, oh, I'm not going to do this, because it's going to happen. You're going to have those thoughts in your head, and there will be psych problems along the way. But that's why we have a lot of, what is it called? We have practice, we work, and we learn from our mistakes. That's a pro of trading. Trading will tell you all the mistakes you made. You will never lose a trade off of psychology and not know why. It's just impossible. You will know why that you did it. Maybe you left early, maybe you just wanted to enter for no reason. You will know. But you can fix it. That's the good part. Same thing with price. But price based, it's a little bit more trickier to know what you did wrong. But there is always an answer to your problems that caused you to lose. And a few things that I do. Wait, actually, I'll get into them on later slides. But okay, high reward. You can get a high reward, but you will also have a high risk, depending though on how you trade. There's a lot of strategies out there in the world that you can trade, but it's risking a lot more than casual investing. It requires a lot of time and work, for sure. That is something that everybody here needs to listen to. Go listen to TJR on his first video. He was crying. He's talking about how trading was so hard. It was stressful. It was this and that, because trading kind of is like, think of an input machine. If you come in and you're just doing horrible, I mean, obviously you wouldn't go into trading if you're rich, right? I mean, maybe you are if you really like doing this, but I don't think people, like, if I had a business and everything, I don't think I'd go into trading. Trading was, for me, is kind of like, what is it called? Like an escape from an average life. But high risk, high reward, and high risk. That's something that you need to know. We're going to have that a lot. Requires a lot of time and work. I literally, on FX Replay, which is a site to practice trading, I've been doing that for 9 whole months, and at least an hour every day to get quality setups. I know, but there's a reason why it's only an hour. It's not because I can't do more. It's because of the fact that my mind is just, I get emotional over a few things. So that's just my personal set of rules. And also, there is no guaranteed income. From my experience, a mentor is very great to have, since they know a lot. They know better than you, right? If you're watching this video, you're not watching it because you've been, well, maybe you have, but I'm saying, like, majority of you guys are new to this. You will not have a guaranteed income. Nobody here, nobody in the trading community will teach you something and let you get a guaranteed income from it. It takes people a while, even if they have a profitable strategy. It takes you a lot of work and time to prove that you know how to do it. And experience is something that you can't buy. Now, that was a bit of talking, but that's also because of the fact that there's so many points that I have not covered in the pros and cons, because it would just take up all of the chart. Okay, next one. How do we make money? First off, we are not going to start with a live account which is real money that we put in to trade. First of all, you need a lot of money to even trade a micro because you're leveraging so much. And also, you shouldn't even start with that because if you don't know what you're doing, you might get lucky and leave. But if you want to make money over a long time, because you're not going to hit the jackpot for 300,000 and then leave. Because if you do, you already have more money than you needed, right? So yeah, like you have more money, like the amount that you're risking to make 300,000 and leave off of futures, forex, and stocks themselves. That's just know it's not happening unless you want to do it for a while. So why you shouldn't start on a live account? Because a live account will give you a lot of stress and you won't know what you're doing if you start. Here's the process that you should follow: a paper into funded into a live. Really nice. Now, I want to explain this because for some reason, a lot of people will not understand like this simple thing, which is really weird. But buying and longing is the same thing. And it's saying if a stock goes up, we make money, and vice versa is basically saying if we're selling a stock slash shorting a stock, which is the same thing, we're going to make money if it goes down. Now, how do we make money? I recommend either paper trading on TradingView, which is, yeah, I mean, that's something to get live experience, right? You get live market experience. But if you want to backtest a strategy, you should do it on FX Replay. It is a little bit expensive, but that's the cost of trading. It's not going to be free. This is definitely something where you need startup money or a job because it's going to be hard not to do it, like not to pay these off with no income at all. So, but yeah, I want you guys to at least build your experience with the market for at least a month, 1 month backtest, 1 month live trade. I want you kind of to balance them out. You can do it in the same month because, there's time-based things where, it's more volatile and more high probability. So you can just balance that out with the day and build discipline in your life. That is the best advice I can give to you guys because it will switch on to the charts. If you're disciplined and you have a whole plan and everything, why would you not be disciplined on the charts? You have a plan in real life. If you write a plan for trading, follow it. You already do that in real life. It's going to be easy. And that's going to be the quickest way to get profitable and get money. This is not going to be a, short thing and we're not gonna make money super fast overnight. No, it's gonna take months, even years. Months if you're incredibly lucky. Years if you're normal. Now, we're getting into extras. There is good information that I'm about to say. This is not just to, increase the time on this video, but I want to help you guys. First of all, if you have any questions, ask me in the Discord. It should be in my bio. If not, just say comment on the video and just tell me. But the good information I'm going to tell you is a lot of traders that come, well, at least for me, when I first started trading, I searched up how to trade, and this lady came up there talking about liquidity, talking about bubbling, liquidity bubbles, something. I don't know. She wasn't trying to tell me like she probably had a good strategy. I mean, I'm not gonna doubt her and say she's a LARP or like a fake, but it's like they expect you to understand what you're talking about. But if you're starting, what I try to like do is make videos for dummies basically, because the thing is when you go into trading you won't know what a fair value gap is, you won't know what an order block is, you don't know what OT of a range is, you don't know what standard deviations are, you don't know any of that. So when I go on about, oh, what price has to sweep this data high, and we create a SMT with that, and we create that market maker sell model. This is just really simple for you guys to understand. No, it's not. It's not simple. even at the simple things that TGR talks about. Obviously, on the TGR's Bootcamp is also one of the video like playlists I recommend to you guys because it's you know it's good because he makes it simple. But I still did it when I first did it. It was still super hard to understand because he's still like there's a little bit of him expecting you to understand what he's talking about. What my main goal of these videos is to explain all the trading concepts that I use for somebody that would literally have no idea what I'm talking about. Like the most stupidest way possible. Like if you see a candle go into this box that I just marked out because there's a gap, it will go up. That's literally how I will explain it. There's not going to be, oh, there's going to be a precision breaker block and you need to enter off the S&T that gets into that change in state of delivery. No, you don't know what that means. But yeah, and if you don't want to trade ICT, I mean, I get it. There's a lot of people that say he's a fraud. Um, then I'll tell you what I've seen success with. I've seen, well, first of all, ICT. I've seen success with ICT. I've seen success. There's success with literally almost every strategy. I promise you. If you're just not pressing, if you're pressing buy or sell, like if you're doing something other than that, you will probably make money if you have a lot of experience. But here's the strategies that I suggest you can look up: support and resistance. I've seen people succeed with that. I mean, I've never gone into it. Order flow using Bookmap. That's more on the price of, you don't need money, but it's more favorable if you have money because they charge for that data. Same with candlesticks, but they don't actually charge. It's just I'm talking about like futures if you want to pay for that data and essential plan. But um, so Bookmap and order flow are a little bit different. They're in the same cat. Like Bookmap is in the order flow category, but there's more like volume profile, that and that. Just search up order flow, you'll see it. Bookmap, if you want to literally see where the liquid, like where money is resting, so we can target it. You know what I mean? Because you want to target money, basically. That's the truth of trading. But first, we have support and resistance, and these are not in like a list, by the way. It's support and resistance, ICT, Bookmap, order flow, volume profile, supply and demand, opening range breakout, or you can literally just become a quant. Like you can become a quantitative trader. It's very possible. And that's more like of the educational route, though. I'd say like you probably shouldn't learn from YouTube. But yeah, you can become a quant, and that's there's more obviously, but those are the ones I've seen a lot of success with. Supply and demand for sure has a lot of success with. You think of the market as like, because the thing is, you see the market differently, but in a way, there's a lot of concepts that are literally the same. But yeah, if you guys go check that out, I promise you, all of those are strategies that you can have success with. Whatever one you feel like is your favorite, you go and do that one, and you better stay with it. You do not switch up every month because, oh, it's not working. No, you just don't have enough experience. So just keep working at it, okay? Now that we have that, I talked about my Discord. If you have any questions about that, I don't want to go over any ICT concepts in this video itself, but yeah, I'll just make it on another video. But I think that's all really. The good information at the end was, here's all I'm going to tell you. This is hard. It's simple though, but it will be hard and it will take a long time. But in the grand scheme of things, it will be a short amount of time for you to make a lot of money. It's not going to be it's not going to be overnight, but it will be faster than a lot of things out there. And you will not fail if you don't quit. That's all I have to say. Um, look at the strategies that you see, but first, I would genuinely just recommend doing like watching TGR's bootcamp unless I make a video on candlesticks and just simple. I have, but it's not going to be simple for you guys to understand. I want to do more of these presentation slideshows. But yeah, that is basically getting into day trading. And also, if you guys want to trade, this is really, really important. And I forgot to say this at the beginning. I definitely should have started with this. And people that are watching to the end, they're probably not as much as people that started, but you need TradingView. You are going to need TradingView if you want to use candlesticks, because that is like it's very easy to understand. And that's how you can literally just get on the charts itself. But yeah, I think that's all for today. If you have any questions, ask me in my Discord.